Ed, describe how these events feel. Swatting a shot and throwing down a dunk.
Morrow was calling for it on the low post. Finally finds it for the dunk.
I'll say it's an ecstatic moment, not only for me, but for my team. And I think I get more joy out of my team celebrating that moment than I do myself.
Some people talk about it's like hitting a square shot off a golf ball or hitting a home run to throw down that dunk. Similar?
Yeah, I would say, I don't know if you can compare it to a game-winning shot or something of that instance, but I think it's a very big energy play, and it also sets the tone for a game and could change the momentum of a game in an instance.
Something else that you excel at is rebounding. What is the most important part of rebounding?
The most important part, I'd say, is just initial positioning. The guy who wants the ball more usually gets it.
And him wide open, his favorite spot. Morrow again on the glass. Boy, that kid is tough.
I think you get more energy out of an offensive rebound because you're on your end, you're at the basket, you can offensive rebound and kick it out. We can hit a three, and like a guy like Marcus or Shakar, Kobe bombs a three, or Brendan, and then you may be able to get it, dish it off, make a play for someone else, especially the way we're playing this year. Another guy get a dunk, or you might dunk it yourself. And I think it's a exciting moment, not only getting the board, but also celebrating with your team.
Your career prior to last season was one where you had to contend with injuries on a yearly basis. How did you manage to stay so healthy last year?
I think the biggest thing was taking care of my body. Prehab, rehab, just making sure I'm doing the extra things on and off the court, sleeping more, making sure I'm maintaining my diet properly, and just staying on top of my health in general. You know, because at this level, you can't just, it's not high school. You can't just play and go home and go to sleep and eat what you want and things of that nature. It's a whole nother thing. You got to treat your body the right way.
Yeah, and I know diet especially has been a big thing for you the last few seasons. How does that continue to evolve as you learn more about yourself?
The more I learn about myself, I just always say I wish I knew it in the past. But I think that has become a big aspect of my game. It's just the way I take care of my body. I know that if I'm doing the proper steps on a daily basis, that I'm going to perform great. You know, and the only thing that holds me back is my health. And so in order for me to stay healthy, I just got to make sure I'm taking care of myself the proper way.
Your coaches talk about the way that you communicate with others in glowing terms. How did you develop those characteristics?
I think I developed them through my grandparents and through my parents. They've always been people's person, and they're always positive about everything that they do. And I think that I always want the best for other people as well. And so usually when I say something, the message is delivered in a positive manner.
Speaking of your family, you're really developing a unique legacy for yourself. Your parents are both Huskers. Your life growing up was colored Nebraska scarlet and white.
Yeah.
But now you've grown to be such a contributor at Marquette. Could you have envisioned this at any point in your life?
At any point, no. To be honest, I didn't even envision myself as a Husker. You know, it just sort of happened. But I don't regret being one. And I'm actually happy to be here today in such a great environment, wonderful teammates, wonderful program. And I think Marquette has helped me become even more of a man.
Nah, group hug.
Group hug, man.
Graduation is still a ways away, but it's going to be a crossroads for you in your life. When basketball is over, hopefully at the professional level, what do you envision is next for you?
I'm excited. You know, people always ask, I felt like I was a senior last year, you know, because that was year 4, but going into my 5th year, I'm even more excited to see what God has planned for me. I feel that if I stay healthy, I have the abilities to play at a professional level. If not, I really like real estate. You know, and that's something that we always talk about is not putting all your eggs in one basket and really what can you see yourself doing. But I have interest in that. That's something that my family has done, and my dad and my uncles and stuff like that. But other than that, other than sports, that's something that I would say I have interest in.
Chemistry has been a focus for this group really since last spring. How would you describe what you've seen internally from these guys coming together?
Coming together, it almost feels like you've been with guys for 4 or 5 years that you just met months ago. And we were just talking about this. I don't know if people are familiar. We just recently went on a retreat. And on the retreat, basically what we do is go on and we talk to one another. We try to understand one another on a different level to create a better connection amongst us as a group. And I think that trip was great for us. Not only that trip, but the foreign trip as well. And the 10 practices we got this summer. I think that'll be great for our group, and then it'll help us continue to grow going into the season.